When I'm entering into this field, not knowing the difference between UX and UI, I can't control my laugh because you can't ask the user. Even I have done that. You should have a very good mindset, a kind of broad mindset to accept all the feedback. Give yourself an alone time to find out what you're really doing. If we are not doing mistakes, we are not growing, we are not evolving, we are not developing, we are not learning. Hey you! In this video, I'm gonna discuss about the mistakes I made when I was new to design. Rather than I can say mistakes that have shaped me as a UX designer. Yes. Let's get into that now. Before that, if you are a budding designer, you can relate with me with my earlier stage that I was. So the mistakes that I made, maybe you are also in the period of making these mistakes. If you can able to correct it, it's fine. If not, it's totally fine. At least you can be conscious about the mistakes that you're gonna do in the future. Okay, let's start. Now you can get the question that why am I having this device with me? And I'm gonna explain about the mistakes. Why? Because I have listed down all the things that I have done. It was funny when I'm writing it because I don't want to forget while saying. That's why. The first funny thing is not knowing the difference between UX and UI. Yes, when I'm entering into this field, I know only about the design. Okay, something we are designing in the digital tools and we are gonna use it for making applications and other two. But I don't know what is UX and what is UI. I didn't know. Even though after a journey, like after a month of journey, I thought, okay, these are the things that needs to be in UX. For example, this storyboarding, persona creation, and this journey map and all. I thought, okay, this is the process. I didn't understand the whole process, but I got some idea about it. At least I know that, like, okay, UX is this, UI is this, but I didn't know the importance of it before. Visual design speaks about the UX and the research that you have made. So finally, design matters about UX. I understood it later. And again, spending a lot of time in visual designs rather than finding it why. If you don't have a proper reason for this question why for each design that you have done, then it is waste of time. This idea is not gonna work. The visual design is not gonna work and it's not gonna give a good result from the user. So be conscious while designing. Then the next one is, I think most of us, no, all of us will do this, asking the user what they want. Okay, so I can't control my laugh because you can't ask the user. Even I have done that. Going and asking what you really need and what are you missing in this app you feel and what kind of app you are expecting. Things like that is funny if I think now. There's no reason behind asking this. There is nothing you can do with that. We cannot get the solution directly from the user. We can get the way to find out the solution, but not the solution from the user. I have done this a lot. That's why I can't control my laugh that I've done this mistake in my earlier projects that I was doing. So I wanted to get the answer straight forward. I don't want to spend a lot of time in research. At that time I didn't know the importance of it, so I was like, okay, this is a part of design and we should finish it as soon as possible. But that's not how it works. Prioritizing the polished deliverables. Why? Yes, we need polished deliverables only when you are giving the handoff to the developers and the team. Before that, when you are in an iterating stage or ideation phase, or if you are still figuring out what to do and for explaining the concept, wireframes are enough. And it doesn't need to be fancy slides all the time, because please note that you should not waste a lot of time in making the UI more fancy and polished. That doesn't need for now. We can polish things only when you're reviewing with a larger team, or if it's going to be internal review, then fine. Your raw solutions are fine. You can show them up and this is my idea and this is how I'm going to go. If that is approved, that's fine. You can go with that. You can maybe making more polishing. It can happen like maybe in the earlier reviews, just the wireframes are enough or just the sketches are enough, and maybe some block boxes inside the frame is enough. So don't spend a lot of time in polishing each and every deliverable. And forgetting to review yourself. I have done this mistake a lot of times earlier. I'll be doing this corrections and maybe enhancing the design like till the last minute I present, like before reviewing it. I'll be doing the UI changes here and there and things like that. I'll be doing this all the things till the last minute. But to be prepared, present it whatever the tools that you're using. It might be Sketch, it might be Figma, it might be XD or any other designing tools. Try to present it, and there will be some share option or prototype preview, whatever. Try to present it in a larger screen and then view it so that you'll be able to find a lot of mistakes in it. The spacing, the corrections, the letters, the fonts, and the grouping, a lot of mistakes you can find. Like you'll get a larger eye to see it. That's how you're gonna present to the team. They are gonna find out the mistakes. That's why. Till now, I have told that what are the mistakes I have done within myself. No one will know about it. When it comes to team, you should be a bit smarter and avoid these mistakes. Keeping quiet when I should have spoken up. This is like you should not be so silent just because of no one in the team is not speaking, and if you are in some of the meeting or a call or in conference room, you should always speak up whatever you're thinking and should break the ice, at least if it's so silent. And also speak what is required and needed there at the moment. So don't just give the random inputs which is not useful at all. It should convey some things and give the context to all the users that what you're talking about, and it should make sense, of course. So watch your words before you speak, but don't forget to speak up. Caring what people think. So don't care about it. Let them think anything, but do what makes you happy and what makes you satisfied and what gets you confidence. Not selling my ideas well enough. This is not only meant for the ideas. This is for yourself as well. If you are attending some interview, you should be able to showcase yourself better than others. If you are gonna convince a client with your idea, make sure that you have a proper backup data to defend your ideas, or it can be designs. Whenever it is needed, we will show, see, this is why we are doing this and this is why I came up with this solution. And taking the critics too personally. I think I have spoken about that design critic. Like group of people will sit and comment on your designs. It's not about commenting, it's giving a feedback. You should have a very good mindset, a kind of broad mindset to accept all the feedbacks. That it doesn't need all the feedbacks you need to work on. You can work on the only fair feedbacks that they are giving. So critics are meant to be like that. You'll get a lot of ideas from them as well to improve your design, to enhance your design. And not leveling up, getting too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. If you're too comfortable, then think that something is wrong. Comfortable is different from being happy, and that happened in all the workplaces mostly. You don't know why you're spending a lot of time with everyone. If it's related to work, then it's fine. If you're spending like maintaining a friendship with someone who are helping you to grow together, like that is totally fine. If you're doing it out of work hours, if you're gonna work 10 to 12 hours a day, then be conscious about what you're doing. Don't get too comfortable on anything. That won't let you grow. So think, give yourself an alone time to find out what you're really doing. Then only you'll get a lot of questions that what are we doing is really correct, or do we need to change a way? Do we need to change the process? Are we in a correct way, or why am I here? Under communicating with developers. In the starting stage, we always do, like we'll design something and give it to the developers, and we'll skip the part of explaining it to the developers. That is a huge mistake that I have done, because you will think that this is simple and they'll understand. It is not. You have built a mental model and you have worked on it for 2 to 4 weeks or months to get this solution and get this interaction done. So you feel that is simple and you know that is easy and you feel that way. There's nothing wrong in that. They will know the result is going to be this way, but they don't know what are the interactions you worked on and how the navigation should be smoother, how the change should happen. Everything is what you need to explain to them. So schedule a call always with the dev team or any other, like with the design team, with the dev team, like anyone can be there in the call. Give the proper explanation for your designs and make them understand that how it should happen, how the navigation or proper transitions should happen. Saying no to speaking opportunities because of fear. Why? I have asked this question to myself a lot of times. Nowadays, I can feel that I got enough confidence to talk in the crowd, and I always prefer to do that. If I got the opportunity, I won't miss that. I got to know the importance of it because number one, you'll get a lot of confidence, which nothing can beat that. Number two, you won't get this chance always. Like, you won't get this opportunity to talk in front of a group of listeners. You won't get this opportunity all the time, so make use of it whenever you get it. And the third reason is visibility. You'll get a lot of visibility and people will start noticing the hard work you're doing. Letting people affect you. Affecting in a good way is always invited. But if it's disturbing your work or disturbing your way of growth, then those people are not meant to be in your life. Yes, our loved ones won't let us stop doing anything. They'll always encourage us if it is really good for us. Waiting for people to say that's an amazing work. Hey, no one will say that always. Like, not everyone says that always, because you won't get appreciation for all the work that you're doing. Sometimes you'll get appreciated and sometimes not. So don't feel about that. I hope most of them can relate this. If we are not doing mistakes, we are not growing, we are not evolving, we are not developing, we are not learning. Do mistakes, learn from it, grow better tomorrow.